Welcome back to Mibu Village. We're gonna skip Orin for now. Instead, we're gonna swim up the river. There is a way to get up to the bridge from here. Now, if I came here later in the game, there would actually be a ghost samurai here who fights you. No, this is the area right before the boss. I can continue up the path and ignore these guys, but there is an NPC in the house that everyone's sort of guarding. It's actually the priest that Basket Man was talking about. The guy who's corrupted everyone.
Ooh. Including these folk.
Everybody think the water has corrupted everyone and the priest is just, like, taking advantage of it. It's a little hard to parse. Oh dear.
Oh, what the? Wow! I don't know if I've seen that before.
This is why I avoid fighting the Taro troops with the bells.
So impressive hooking.
But to get in the house, you actually go underneath it. And there's a shinobi floor somewhere around here. As in a shinobi door, but in the floor.
A shinobi floor door.
Floor.
Not to be confused with a Suzuki four-door.
But just as reliable.
Yes. Hashtag sponsored.
Hashtag you'll crash and die.
Hashtag no longer sponsored.
That was fast. That's a priest in the corner. Oh, his head's lower. It looked like he was decapitated for a second.
It's rude to gulp, sir.
おい、何をしている?
Bleh.
どうじゃ? おお、よいぞ、溶けてきたぞ。
It's a little creepy.
足りぬ。なみなみ、次や次へ。さあさあ、皆の衆。さあさあ、飲め、飲め。振る舞い酒ぞ。さあさあ、皆で都人に。
The only place referred to as a palace is Fountainhead Palace. So we'll see how relevant that is later in the game. I like to imagine just blowing bubbles into it. Quiet outside, we can hear you breathing.
Piss off.
Waters of the palace, remember that phrase. Still drinking. Alright, so if I go at the back, there's a couple of items around here. If you fall in the river, you have to go back around again, like this.
Just, you know, showing it off. You didn't mean to do it. Or, I mean, you did mean to do it. Sorry, I'm doing a bad job defending you.
God damn it, whatever. It feels like you could nearly do it, but no, you have to go under the house. Now, there is some dialogue here.
Good thing they didn't hear that. Ring the bell. Aw.
You notice how everyone's got their face up against the door. You can't actually eavesdrop on the priest. I didn't know that at first, so this is a separate recording of that. 10 more stains on my robe. Alright, take 2. I'm oblivious. You might have noticed there was a grapple point on the house. If you go up there, there's a prayer bead up in the attic of the house. I didn't know that at the time. I'm gonna have to come back for that later. So look, it's right there. And I just forget it.
Fuck it. We got more important things to do.
Like, go fight the boss, which we can do right now.
Exactly. We got bosses to fight. Not beads to pick up.
To make us stronger so we can fight more bosses.
That's then. This is now. Yeah.
You got it. Alright, so this first take of the boss, I'm gonna be sneaky. There's a speedrun strat to fight this boss. As long as you hug this left wall, when the boss spawns in, she won't immediately notice you. The boss is an apparition. But she hasn't seen me. And that also means she doesn't react until you hit her, or you walk in front of her. If you throw some ash at her, she steps back a little bit. And you can do this several times. You can do this 10 times with just as many ash as you can carry at one time. And you can also use the firecrackers, which will do the same thing, make her flinch backwards. The point of this, there's a little altar, which you can jump off of and backstab her and kill her instantly.
Oh my.
Right here, this rock. Yep, you have to do it while facing her. It's a little finicky. But there we go. Speedrunners do that much quicker. That was my first attempt doing it.
Wow.
I was just glad I managed it anyway, because it's fun.
What the hockey puck?
Yeah, but like I said, first attempt. I did a second recording where I actually fight the boss, don't worry. But when you kill her, you get the Mibu breathing technique. This allows us to swim underwater indefinitely.
Nice. We are now a fish.
Yeah. Still going. There we go. Now, I did this early because in that cave is an item that we need later in the game. But I'm not going to take it right now. Though it is interesting to note, she was an apparition. As in, she wasn't actually there, or if anything, that wasn't the real monk. But I had enough experience to buy Ichimonji double. This allows me to do a second follow-up attack when I do the Ichimonji. This is a pretty little cave. Got another palanquin.
Yeah. I'd live here. A foot?
It's a giant Shinto rope. And that is the item. I'm not collecting that because once you collect it and reach a certain point in the game, you basically reach a point of no return. So I'm leaving it there so I can progress the game at my own speed. I could collect it right now and it wouldn't matter, but it's just for later. Well, let's check out the river. Press the right trigger to dive. There's a lot of items hidden underwater, and there's a lot of treasure fish that are deep underwater that you couldn't attack normally. These aren't them. These are more man-eating fish.
They're huge. I have an eternal fear of going underwater in games.
Well, you won't like this.
Because there was this fucking eel boss in like a Tomb Raider game that scared the shit out of me as a kid. And ever since then, I'm like, what's around the cloudy corner?
So we found just a pile of slugs.
Precious bait.
Precious slugs. And yes, you do take fall damage when you hit water, too.
So are they more like precious or precious?
I guess the first one.
Should I elaborate?
I mean, if you want. It's not the second one. They're not adorable slugs. They're precious in that they're important.
Got it. All right. So they're precious.
Precious. The really important thing underwater in Mibu Village is in the lake. If you remember, the creepy doctor wanted us to find a red-eyed fish that was in Mibu Village. He's in the lake. And of course, there's another fucking prayer bead in the lake that I didn't find, so I'm gonna come back for that later.
Oh god, the red-eyed carp.
But those are the red carp eyes. You can see the glowing thing. But this seems like a good time for Wolf the Shitnobi to come back. And he's actually going to fight the corrupted monk. This is me just completely misunderstanding why I use the Fistful of Ash to the Snap Seeds. The nice thing though, because she's an apparition, the first 3 Snap Seeds you use on her take out a big chunk of her health.
Oh my god.
But that's the last time they work.
Yeah, she definitely doesn't seem terribly difficult.
Not too difficult if you're well practiced. I'm not. She does a lot of big sweeping attacks.
With a blade like that, you kind of have to.
I'm still misunderstanding what the Snap Seeds do. It is annoying that they do damage, but only the first 3, and the later ones don't count. That seems a little unfair.
That's silly. I guess it's to keep them from being overpowered, but it doesn't really make sense in the rules of the game.
Yeah. They are used to dispel apparitions, but you should be able to use as many as you have. For the most part, she's not too difficult. She's one of the bosses you could probably posture break before you take out her health. But I have enough trouble with her that I think I run out her health first. Thinking about it, I should have had Wolf the Shitnobi cheese her. But whatever, he likes to kill. So he'll kill in any way.
You cheesed her earlier, that's okay.
Yeah. It's in his blood, at least. Did she, like, push my sword down?
Oof.
This fight really took a lot longer for me than it should have. She's not hard. Okay, but I think I did take out her posture first. And nice thing you'll notice, she only requires 1 death blow. I did end up using all my healing items, that was smart. Blech.
That was quite the thud and disappear. Alright, back to Fishville.
Yeah. In the long run, she's one of the more normal bosses. And now, Wolf the Shinobi will take back the red eyes to Dojun. Carps with red eyes cannot become quote-unquote masters.
Master Carp.
The godfish.
ああ忍びの
The winter has been dreadful.
方持ってきていただけたのですね。ああしかとお受け取りしました。これで施術がまた一つ進む。きっと師匠は手放しで喜ぶでしょう。だが私はどうだ。師匠のような心持ちにどうしてもなれぬ。道順この未熟者め。ああお気になさらず忍びの方。
Is that your master right there? God, I'm sick of listening to him talk.
これもアシナのためなのだ。忍びのお方、謝礼です。こちらをお納めください。
Ah,
The crickets.
here, have wax.
Yeah, that's a better version of fat wax. I think we've gotten some before. From Dojun.
これで落ちむ師匠。
You know, that zombie struggling to get up, that's like me with sleep paralysis.
Oh no. Is that still happening?
Yeah, it's not like you get it once and then you're immune to it. It's not a virus.
Wait, it's only happened to me once. I guess I'm just lucky.
おやめください。やはりこれはもはや井戸からは外れております。何故このようなことを。ああ、師匠。落ち水に握られてしまわれたのですね。
No, not interested.
Crickets are really distracting and gross. I don't like them.
答えてください、師匠。
Get away from the guy!
なぜ答えない。答えろ、同作。同作。
Well, he's having a bad day. Let's leave him alone, and let's go swimming.
Sounds good to me. Sounds like a nice day with less crickets.
Swimming in a dark cave. If you're confused, Wolf the Shinobi is his own save, and I hadn't gotten that idol yet.
Ah.
I'm being careful. You remember, we gave Jinzaimon to Dojun. Here's what happened to him.
Oh no.
He is a samurai, which means he fights the exact same way as the mini-boss samurais. But he's a lot harder.
Push him in the water.
I don't think you can. I tried, but I couldn't manage it.
Ring out.
Hey.
It'd be kind of cool to have a fighting game with Sekiro's mechanics. A game of parrying and dodging and such.
That would be interesting. Oh, jeez.
Ooch.
I feel like if you had two people evenly matched, the fight would never end. But remember, he has red eyes. That means he's scared of fire.
Ah!
And you notice as long as he was on fire, his posture bar was also red. That means that any posture damage you do to it would stay.
Ooh.
God, his thrusts.
Yeah, he's kicking your ass.
It took me a few tries to beat him. And also remember, Kotaro, the dude at the Senpo Temple, you could also send him to Dojun after you get a certain point in his side quest, and the fight would be the same. He'd be a red-eyed version of the Taro troop.
Gozaimon would just become a Taro?
Kotaro,
Kotaro.
the big baby dude at Senpo Temple.
Yeah. Huh. Does he look any different from one? Does he look like a Kotaro but Gozaimon-ier? Or am I misunderstanding?
You might have mixed it up.
I might have.
Jinzaimon is a samurai. We turned him bad, now he's a red-eyed version of the samurai. Kotaro is a Taro troop, but he's nice. We could send him to Dojun, he'd get the red eyes, and he'd become a red-eyed version of the Taro troop.
Okay, I get it now. I thought we could have sent him to different places and he would have become a different thing depending on where we sent this one person. I get it.
I mean, technically, but there's only one place where you send him somewhere and he becomes a boss.
Okay.
You can't send him to different places, and both, well, Jinzaimon only has the two well, actually, yeah, technically both of them you can send to different places. Both Dojun and somewhere else, you can send both Jinzaimon and Kotaro, and they'll both go there and function the same way. But there is also a path for both of them. Jinzaimon is finding Orin, and Kotaro has his own ultimate destination. But they do actually intersect. They're both big dudes that you can send to a couple places.
I see, okay.
But this is actually how you get up to where Dojun and Dosaku are. Except, there is no Dosaku. Dojun's just gone mad.
答えろ同族我が死よなぜだなぜ答えない同作同作同作
Ooh, he was an opponent of Dogen. So these guys are also trying to figure out resurrection. Seems the government of Ashina is obsessed with it. Fuck this guy. Unfortunately, because he's an NPC, he's also invincible.
Well, I'm glad to hear you didn't just miss.
Yeah, it looks like it, though.
Yeah.
No, but I didn't realize I just had to go back to a sculptor's idol. And he disappears.
Ooh. He was just waiting for somebody to open that gate.
I guess so. And now he's over here, and he's a red-eyed version of the Senpo monks.
Oh no.
We haven't fought them yet.
師匠ついに成しました
But he fights how they fight, because he's basically a Senpo monk.
So creepy.
Yeah. Fun fact, this is the latest recording in the entire LP, which means I'm actually somewhat skilled at the game by now.
Watching the, like, line chart of your skill, it's just a big old mountain range throughout the LP.
Just about. I mean, he still gets me. Part of it is, by the end of the LP, I'm super leveled up and all that, and this recording is actually very early in terms of Wolf's leveling and what have you. So I still fuck up plenty. We talked about how awful the Senpo Temple and the Senpo monks are. Once we've gone through that area, it'll make more sense why Dojun was one of them. Because looking for resurrection is what they're after, too. The problem with these guys is they're super tanky.
Not anymore.
すみません師匠しくじってしまいました
Now, the reason this was such a later recording is because I didn't know that this fight was in the game. It was actually one of Vadi Vidya's lore videos where I learned about it.
Oh.
Now, interestingly, at the end of most of the NPC's quest lines, you get a unique version of an item that you normally get anyway. They don't function any differently, but they have unique lore text. Hey, Jinzaimon. Rest in peace.
I guess.
But that's that for Dojun.
Away we go.
I figured it's about time I actually tried out one of those red lumps. See what it does to me.
Makes you red and lumpy.
In the eyes.
Oh my god, my lumpy red eyes.
That didn't properly show it off, but when you have the red lumps, as you can see, you can't resurrect, but you don't flinch.
Well,
Goodbye again for now, Wolf of Shinobi.
good night.
Thank you, Lore, once again for the fantastic artwork.
Yes.
これを受け取ってください。
Sake is a drink meant for sharing. Wolf.
Piss off.
狼殿、
I'm having a hard time.
I'm keeping it for myself.
おかしな人ですね。
And you can't just give it back to
これ
her.
は回帰祝いです。物資殿に届けてください。
No, she doesn't accept it.
Rude.
酒を
おかし
Come
これ
on.
物資
We can give her some sake later.
では、
Drink with me.
お前さ
Fine.
Monkey booze.
酒を持ってもら
Hey,
うとして
sculptor. I bet you would like this delicious sake that Emma doesn't want.
口に合わぬかいやうまい
Oh!
じゃが傷がうずくのよ
I forgot I hate
そ
this.
の左腕かこの酒を好きなお方に
Sake was a favorite. Was.
Was.
一心様よ
Then I lost my arm and I swore it all off.
一心様が切ってくださったのじゃ
It's the only way I'd wake up.
飲まれかけたわしのためにな何に飲まれかけたのだシュラ
I believe Shura is supposed to be a reference to Ashura.
信じるか信じないかはお前さん次第じゃがせいぜい気をつけなシュラの影にな
We'll learn more about what Shura is and what that relates to anything later.
酒を持ってきた猿酒か相も変わらず辛い酒だだがこれが懐かしいよく飲んでいたのか猿どもの住む谷そこで忍び修行をしておった一人かいや二人でじゃなわしらははぐれ忍びまともな死はもはやおらなんだ
If you remember the text from the axe that we got, it referred to a monkey of the valley. Perhaps that was one of these two. Or one of them two, because the other one's gone.
じき猿と変わらぬほどには動けるようになったわ修行に飽きるとわしはこの猿酒を飲んだ
I'd lick it out of the tree
あやつの泣き虫の呼び笛を聞いた
and get tinnitus.
泣き虫 変わった指輪があってな。それをはめて指笛を吹くと他人に悲しげな音が響き渡るのじゃ。
Weird info, but worth remembering.
その音が好きでな。
Mm.
よう吹いて
There's a
も
lot
ら
of
っ
that.
たものよ。
Yeah. My brain's not big enough for this lore.
酒を持って
That's why I'm here.
おう
Thanks.
友禅か。
You can hear it once, log it away, and then I'll remind you you can file it back out.
Yes. You've got the big brain. The Big Brain Academy. Sekiro edition.
The Thorn Brain.
Hey! The thorns, they help.
It's more surface area.
やはりこれじゃ。よく道元と飲み交わしたもんだ。エマに釈放してもらってな。
エマ殿と長い付き合いなのか。
ああ、ずいぶん前に
I don't know her anymore.
戦場で拾った。
戦場。
じーっと、ずーっと握り飯を睨んできてな。面倒だからくれてやった。
So I threw it and said fetch.
何やらついてきてな。それから。なんだ
Then she died. But later.
共にアシナに厄介になることになった。道元の養女になったのもその時よ。
I think that's the textures freaking out.
どこだろうが、忍びといるよりは
Oh.
よほど幸せじゃろう。
Sorry, my dirt is flashing.
It's strobe dirt.
まあ、
Yeah, Dragon Spring Sake. When we went to the Hirata estate, it was the year of the Dragon Spring pilgrimage. The Dragon Spring is at Fountainhead Palace. All these disparate details are starting to come together.
Oof.
And we're nowhere near the Fountainhead Palace, so it's interesting that if you pay attention, you can learn a lot about the place before you get there. But next time, since that clears out some of the side stuff that we can do right now, I could go to Senpo Temple. I'm going to do that later. We are finally going to head up to the Ashina Castle and rescue Lord Kuro. It's about time.
Yeah, we need to get on that.
He's been stuck with Genichiro, mumbling about death this whole time. And Kuro can't die, so it's like he can't do anything about it. Actually, he could just jump off the palace. He'll survive.
Yeah, come on. What are we here for?
I mean, he'll hit the ground. There's a bunch of guards on the ground, but they'll just look at him shocked and then he'll get up and run away.